Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Beepcats Reactions and my name's Greg, and this is the last one for today. So as often I like to do something a little off the wall, not too much, but this is Jimmy Driftwood. And I had played this song, The Battle of New Orleans, back a while ago by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and I think I've done it by Johnny Horton, who's the one that made it a huge hit. But it was written by Jimmy Driftwood. And I was kind of curious, and so I'm reading, and come to find out, he was a history teacher, and he would write songs to help his students learn history, which is kind of funny because the history on this is a little bit shaky, but anyway, I just thought that was a really cool thing. So anyway, here's Jimmy Driftwood doing the original of The Battle of New Orleans.
Well, in 1814 we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we met the bloody British near the town of New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming, but there wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, I seed Mars Jackson a-walking down the street and a-talking to a pirate by the name of Gene Feed. He gave Gene a drink that he brung from Tennessee, and the pirate said he'd help us drive the British in the sea. The French told Andrew, you'd better run, for Pakenham's a-coming with a bullet in his gun. Old Hickory said he didn't give a damn, he's a-gonna whip the britches off of Colonel Pakenham. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming, but there wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we looked down the river and we see the British come, and there must have been 100 of them beating on the drum. They stepped so high and they made their bugles ring while we stood beside our cotton bales, didn't say a thing. Old Hickory said we'd take 'em by surprise if we didn't fire a musket till we looked 'em in the eyes. We held our fire till we see their faces well, then we opened up our squirrel guns and really gave 'em hell. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming, but there wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch 'em on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we fired our cannon till the barrel melted down, so we grabbed an alligator and we fought another round. We filled his head with many balls and powdered his behind, and when we touched the powder off, the gator lost his mind. They lost their pants and their pretty shiny coats, and their tails were all a-showing like a bunch of billy goats. They run down the river with their tongues hanging out, and they said they got a licking, which there wasn't any doubt. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming, but there wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we marched back to town in our dirty ragged pants, and we danced all night with them pretty girls from France. We couldn't understand them, but they had the sweetest charms, and we understood them better when we got them in our arms. The guide who brung the British from the sea came a-limping into camp just as sick as he could be. He said the dying words of the Colonel Pakenham was, you better quit your fooling with your cousin Uncle Sam. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming, but there wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we'll march back home, but we'll never be content till we make old Hickory the people's president. And every time we think about the bacon and the beans, we'll think about the fun we had way down in New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming, but there wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch 'em on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Fired our guns and the British kept a-coming, but there wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico.
Very cool. That was really neat. a whole different set of words, than the famous one or any time it's been done since then. But yeah, this one was actually a little more accurate as to the real history. The only thing that I guess I objected to was forgetting how many of the French also fought against the British there. But yeah, that was neat. That was very neat, and wow, wouldn't that be nice to have a history class like that in you know middle school or whatever it was back when he was doing it? And also the other thing that really caught my attention was on the picture from the album there, the guitar that he had seemed really unusual. I don't know what the hell it was or anything, but that was neat. So yeah, I'm really glad I listened to it. That was very interesting. So anyway, I hope you guys liked it, and I will be back tomorrow and we'll play something else at that point. So hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and blah blah. And we will see you guys then. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.